From the depths of internet, we come to you. Bad news, good news, dead horse beating news. Even no news will stop us. We'll make news. Even if it is in dumpster fire. We bring you integrity, except when it's EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Star Citizen, practically all of them. Movies, shows, and other industry bullshit. This totally is not a waste of time, but it sure is. Space Waste News!
Hello and welcome to Space Waste News. What? Hello and welcome. Jesus. Hello and welcome to Space Waste News for September 18th, 2021. I'm the pilot. That's Yamix over there, the guy who cannot operate his own OBS. And he came with a new tagline today, folks. It's making everybody's life just a little bit worse. And I got to tell you, I endorse it. It really fits character. It's totally on brand. It just works. It really does. It's more about what makes you chaotic evil bastard. It's more about what makes others miserable and therefore makes you happy. That's how this works.
So apparently my mic is not working. God damn it.
Your mic's not working? I'm talking.
Hi.
Yamix is clearly too cowardly to talk to me.
There we go. OBS for some reason decided, hey, it'd be a shame if I disconnected your audio from the
such a shame.
Yep. Such a shame.
See, it knows who the star of the show is. It knows it's me, and it just decided to let me roll with it.
Remind me. When was the last time you released a video, Mr. Star?
When's the last time you released a good one? Oh,
Yo, mama.
Oh.
There you go. Beats all arguments.
Welcome everyone, all whatever number of you are in Twitch and YouTube, to our weekly live stream of supposed to be about space games, but
not necessarily gaming in general, but all right then.
Yeah.
News.
It's realistically devolved into news, into different things.
And now it's basically just a Cronenberg monster. There you go.
I'm very okay with this. I prefer the Cronenberg, actually. There's just not enough to talk about with space games. There really isn't. And
there absolutely is not. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ! You look at the space sim genre as I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. It's just it's a barren wasteland of half-assed ideas.
I was scrolling through YouTube yesterday, and I see an Obsidian Ant video, and I'm like, I haven't watched Obsidian in a while. All right, what's going on? And I look at the title, and it's elite stuff. I'm like, oh well, maybe they actually finally did something. I made it 20 seconds into the video before I was just realized I was not paying attention. I was reading something else, and I was actually watching a different YouTube video on the other monitor and not paying attention at all.
Are you saying that Obsidian is boring now?
No, I'm saying
it
that
sounds
not
like
necessarily...
you are. Come now, Obsidian has his style.
Listen,
okay.
Yes, he does, and I'm not saying Obsidian is boring. He's not. He's actually He's a really cool dude. I am saying that if I am having trouble sleeping, I will turn on an Obsidian Ant video. His voice is very soothing. It just lulls me into a nice zone where I can get some REM sleep.
Honestly, that's barely any better, but all right then. Your words, not mine.
He's got a soothing voice. This is a compliment. This is good.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
I'm leaving it there.
Listen. I want to talk about boobs.
Well, all right. You got my attention. Let's go.
Exactly. I thought I would get this. Unfortunately, it's talking about the removal of boobs and how
Well, all right
apparently
then.
there's
Let's
going
move
to be,
on.
yeah, ah, there's going to be less boobs in World of Warcraft now.
Oh, do explain? Do
Apparent,
explain.
so apparently, because of all the lawsuits over sexual harassment and bullying
Yeah, in
and
the recent times with
retaliation, and
Activision and so on and so forth. Yeah, yeah.
right. So, in response to all of that, instead of actually changing the community and the company culture and, stopping doing that, they've decided to remove the boobs from World of Warcraft itself. So, suggestive paintings.
It kind of is a big part of demographics interest within blood elves, okay, and
Yeah.
a few other races.
I mean, I can understand that if you're trying to change a cultural image, then you might want to, especially if it's, over a negative sexual harassment issue, you might want to remove sexual references from the thing that your company is working on. On the surface, that sounds like a good idea.
That sounds
But
stupid.
sexual, it does, yeah. But it doesn't take a lot of thought to put to go. Sexual does not necessarily equate to sexual harassment, and just because there's imagery of a big-titted elf chick on a banner in a town that nobody's really going to be paying attention to anyway, doesn't necessarily, removing it doesn't necessarily fix your problem where you're treating women like garbage. And removing it just kind of shows how fucking stupid and tone deaf you really are. It's dumb.
Exactly.
It's fucking dumb. Yeah. And I don't understand why you would do that. Why would you remove? It's pretty. I'm sorry. Some of these images, if you can actually go find the article and you can actually pull up the things that they're taking out, they're pretty. It's a nice art style. I enjoy it. I think it looks good. The boobs aren't really a centerpiece type of thing to it. So why are you getting rid of it?
As you said, tone deaf approach. It really
Whatever.
is tone deaf.
It's
Every time a corporation decides, oh no, we have this social public issue that a community or whatnot else media find extremely disagreeable, and we're getting flagged for. Let's do bare minimum posing, if you will, to show that's definitely not what's happening.
Unrelated. I just, it's a little upsetting. That's all. And I would very much like to hear
I would
from
think so. Yes, it's upsetting to not see boobs anymore. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go that far, but it's upsetting to remove an art style, in some kind of what's the word? Superficial attempt to
really
convey a message, and it's dumb. And what I would like to hear is from anyone who is actually trying to fix that community in EA or Activision or Blizzard, whatever it is, Acta Blizzard, whatever. I would like to hear from someone who's trying to fix a community, a rampant feminist or someone like that who's fighting for equality, and ask them, do you think that's a good step in the right direction? Because I don't think they would.
I don't think they would turn around. You'll get plenty of opinions. Enjoy your evening and doom scrolling for days afterwards. Enjoy yourself there.
Wait. Yep. Read How to Get Downvoted into Oblivion.
No, it's probably not even gonna be that. It's just gonna be overwhelming amounts of comments. Doom scrolling or scrolling, whatever. Yeah, so it's fun times.
Chat would like to know why we don't create our own space game, and I have to tell you, it's technically there's a really good reason here. Is that technically I'm an idiot with no kind of game making skills, and Yamix is Yamix.
First of all, no. Yes, Yamix is Yamix, but if I were to create a game,
instantly disagreed.
No. If I were to create a game, which I had in mind for a long time as a real project, and so on and so forth, it certainly would not be a space game. It would be a first-person shooter game. much akin to something like Escape from Tarkov, but even better. Yeah, that's where my super goals lie one day, perhaps, when I can sit down and start coding. But until the day I can actually, just sleep in and not wake up and need to edit, voice record, or script, it probably not gonna happen.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't know anything about making games. I'm only qualified to sit here and use my voice and tell you this looks good or this blows donkey balls in my voice. That's the extent of my skill in game development.
Or talking about eating a shoe.
Yeah, right. Okay, exactly. By the way, no one has claimed my bounty. I have yet to eat my shoe. Roxla does not exist. I hope the rest of you acknowledge that by now. But whatever, it's fine.
Well,
What's going on? What do you want to talk about today?
Oh, guys, right. So, for the news I bring this week, there are basically only two topics, kind of. Let's go with the more fuck it. Let's just go with the negative one first, because hey, that's a small one. So, Dying Light 2, a game that, well, frankly speaking, has a rather interesting premise, but generally speaking, another zombie game. That's about it. Its second part will be delayed for 2022. So there you go. If you were,
you mean like everything else?
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, or fortunately. Honestly, no, I'd say fortunately, because hey, delays ain't bad. I don't mind delays. They're kind of moment. I mean, fuck's sakes, the metal concert that was supposed to happen here in Latvia of my favorite fucking band was not canceled but postponed for a year. So yeah, I see why and how. So well, hopefully I'll get to take part in what else next year, but we'll see. Regardless, point is, it's better than outright cancellation or just dismail. Well, disassembly of it, if you will. So yeah, that's just better to delay it. Make sure that everything is running from the past examples of Elite Dangerous and certainly Cyberpunk as well. So you just make it right. After that, we got after that get Stellaris update this week. Specifically on Tuesday, they released the 3.1 LEM update, which was which followed in the shoes or balls, whichever one you want to mention, from the Dick update, which was very very colorfully named. I absolutely loved it. However, right, the LEM update, generally speaking, just is quality of life improvements and so on and so forth, and it's decent. It's decent. Stellaris also full disclosure, they did sponsor me to do a little video thing that you might actually see on the Twitter, so enjoy that. So there's that. But yeah, overall update itself is it's a quality of life update, which is nice to see overall. They added a few things, visually changed a few things, but yeah, considering that Stellaris team is now split in two, the Custodian, the other team working, well, the first team, Custodians, working on quality of life updates and just maintaining the game in between patches, those types of things, and of course the B team working on the updates and so on and so forth. Something akin to what Elite Dangerous did. However, they didn't really tell us what either team was really doing. So imagine, front-end developments, but far better. So there you go. That's the situation with Stellaris.
I have yet to actually really tinker around with the intricacies of LEM, but I heard that
there's not much. There is one broken thing. Yes, there's one really broken thing.
Yeah, I heard that it was simultaneously very good and completely and utterly broken. So,
yep.
I know that they're working on fixing it, but I personally, if we're gonna go for recommendations for how to play Stellaris, I would highly. Yeah, I would highly recommend the archaeology story pack and the precursor story pack. If you don't have them, they're mods that you can go grab from Steam. They're excellent. They had a lot more story beats and a lot more little events that you can run into and everything like that. It really does flesh out the whole background for precursors, especially. I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah,
You really, but this is for someone who actually reads the prompts and doesn't just click through them to get back to eating people.
Yeah, quite
You know,
indeed. It's
like some people
for
out
me.
there.
It's a nope. Next. I need to devour. I don't care about this random thing popping up on my screen with only one button to say
you just want your 2D image. You want your 2D image to continue eating this other 2D image. I totally get it.
That or mercilessly
it's not for
fucking it
me.
with a mod. There is such a thing, yes.
Is that a real mod?
I made a video about it a long time ago. There is a porn mod. It's fantastic.
No.
Yes, it runs on 2.7,
no.
the oldest version, but it's fantastic. I recommend it. Watch my video.
It's not like there's no visual like. You know what? I don't want to know.
Yes.
I don't want to know. We're moving on.
Go to the Nexus mods and you'll find it. It's great.
What's Lover's Lab? No.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Onto more PG-13 news. The Switch has native Bluetooth audio now. Everyone, not just the new ones, all Switches can now use Bluetooth audio, and I am ecstatic. I am ridiculously happy. It was the one thing that I was really disappointed with when someone sent me a Switch. I was like, why is it only wired headphones? That's fucking dumb. And now all of them do.
You know what? I first and foremost always would say definitely we need a wired connection for the audio jack. There we go. The aux output.
Yeah,
we need it on all the fucking devices. Okay. Fuck Apple and their willingness to literally remove it on every single fucking thing. So yeah, I won't buy a device without an audio jack, and then yeah.
Aside from your main rig and obviously what you're using to wear on your head to talk to me now with the OBS and an actual studio setup, outside of this, do you use wired headphones
consistently? Yes.
Really?
Always.
That's legitimately interesting. Outside of my own studio rig here, I don't.
It's perhaps a bit of a carryover from back in the day when there was only that sort of thing. So, but no, generally speaking, right, the Bluetooth headphones, those things, I don't like the fact that they are expensive and give barely any better performance, if at all, than literally the cheapest thing off an eBay.
Okay, hold on.
In theory, they need to be charged and all that nonsense and batteries, blah blah blah, and yeah, there you go.
That's perfectly fair. That's perfectly fair and reasonable. And really, up until like 2 years ago, I would have completely agreed with you. I was a holdout for a long time because why the hell would I want wireless earbuds? I hate earbuds. Why would I want wireless headphones when I could just plug in my regular headphones and it'd be fine? I don't care if there's a wire. But it's kind of flipped. Now the cheapest, decent headphones, wireless headphones, are better than the cheapest, decent wired ones. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It's very true.
What kind of wired headphone are you looking at? What are we looking at this particular moment to say that?
Are we talking brands?
Well, yeah. I'm suspecting Beats here.
No.
Good.
No. I mean, look. If I'm picking up a decent set of wired headphones, what am I wearing right now? Actually, hold on. I'll tell you. All right, I'm wearing some this brand called Tascam. It's a knockoff of they make the some of the internal parts, or they buy some of the reserve internal parts that are for Sennheisers. So it's actually a halfway decent, headphone. The casing is a little shit, and the cups are a little bit too small for my giant fucking head. But aside from that, they're actually very good. They cost me $43-ish versus my little tiny, wireless headphones here that I use when I'm listening to my phone, if I'm out, walking or anything like that. They were $20 and they sound pretty much exactly the same. It's like half the price, but I get, the same sound. It's kind of interesting.
That price range is interesting. In on one hand, well, 20 to 40. See, when it comes to audio gear, it's not nearly as horrible as well, let's say photography stuff. But audio gear is yeah, it tends to get quite expensive until a certain point. Uh, Basically, what you expect out of a a sub 70 uh, dollar sort of device, if you will, is going to be basically the same on everything, and it's just going to be features that will define its value rather than the quality, because all of them will be pretty much the same. The sub 70 or so dollar range. See, what I'm using right now is Bayer Dynamics custom ones. They cost around 150 euros. Well, fuck it, let's say $150 dollars overall, right? And they're incredibly good. The soundstage is really nice, and you can crank up the bass so immensely that the next morning your ears gonna bleed still. But before that, I had Creatives. Oh God, the name of the headphones were horrible. They were wireless. They cost about 70 euros. Yeah, I think at the time. But they were Creative Wraith Tactic 3D or Tactic 3D.
Why would you buy something with like gamer baiting name like that?
It was really stupid at the time. The name was really stupid, but it was cheaper than its Tactic 3D alternatives. And being a wireless one, it was really nice. It had really good quality and all that stuff as well. It wasn't quite the great level of quality like the custom ones that I have right now, but generally speaking, yeah, when it comes to audio gear, I've noticed specifically within that sub 70 range, you're basically going to be banking on feature set rather than the quality of the drivers. So yeah, after that 70 mark, you're gonna see entry level wireless ones with still those shitty, relatively shitty drivers. Or starting with that 70, you can start seeing some really decent, wired headphones, if you will. So yeah, it's the good stuff for wired stuff starts a lot sooner, because obviously the cost of internal parts and all that stuff. Yeah,
that's actually the part I can't agree with. I mean, obviously, yes, if you're going for a pure audiophile, pure sound, everything like that, good, decent drivers get wired, and the more money you spend in general, you're going to get the better sound quality up to a certain price point. The problem I'm saying is that, you say good sound starts earlier with wired.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's true anymore. I see more wireless headphones cheaper with the same driver loadout as their wired equivalents that have clearly been on the shelf for years. And I think we're just naturally moving to a point where, people want wireless, so that's what we're going to make, and that's what we're going to put our development into, and that's what we're going to see more of, and that's where the tipping point for sound quality is going to. I'm serious. Go to a store. Like in the last 2 years,
yeah, it depends on your preference as well. Because as many musicians out there might know, people in general prefer bassy headphones overall on anything. Really, more bass. Everyone loves bass and all that stuff. So
actually, I could tell you why if you're interested.
No, go for it. Here's a fun fact.
The majority of people who are going to answer a survey like that, who are like, "Oh, I want more bassy," are young people. They're actually like teenagers or in their early 20s, and the reason they want more bass is because of a bone that's actually in your sternum, and as you get older, it gets more and more solidified, so it's less effective. But when you're younger, when you go to a club or you listen to bass heavy stuff, it vibrates that bone inside of your sternum. That's the same feeling you get when you were in the womb or when your mother held you when you were a very young child. And so it's naturally calming and soothing and familiar to us. But as you get older, that bone solidifies. So what happens is, you hear it and all you hear is just fucking noise, and it's just loud for no reason. You're like, goddamn kids, turn it off, turn it down. It doesn't need to be that loud because you can't feel that vibration in that bone anymore. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's part of biology, Pilot. It's been there for thousands, millions of years. And
yeah, but I mean, like, kids like bass because of a freaking bone in their sternum. That's bonkers to me. I think that's fun.
There is this thing called metabolism as well, and which kind of increases kids' desires towards sweets and such. As you get older, you kind of wean off the sweets because of, again, decreasing metabolism. That's also a biology fact. Yeah.
Okay.
Our bodies change, Pilot. That's a thing.
Yes, our bodies change. This is
it's natural.
Whatever. You jackass. Listen to me. The fact that young kids like heavy bass music because of a biological system for millions of years. That's amazing. That is amazing. It has nothing to do. Yes, we are more prone to eat sugar. Yes, great, wonderful. But how weird is that an entire cultural phenomenon that's across generations of give me more bass when I'm younger because it feels good is like part of our culture because of a biological leftover thing. That's interesting, isn't it?
Sure, I guess. I mean, it's just part of reality and facts of life. So, I mean, yeah, it's just as, particularly interesting about a specific field of medicine or biology that you don't really know too much about. But I've heard this fact, so
all right,
I'm not that impressed.
Let's move on.
But okay,
whatever.
Okay. Also, AKG is dead, guys. AKG is dead. They're owned by, let's see if I remember correctly, it was Samsung, and basically they slapped the fucking AKG name on fucking beans, and well, all I can say is just go watch a little bit of Dank Pods. That you'll learn what the fuck is going on with AKG there. He's perfect for audio file gear and stuff and explaining. Basically, there you go. So yeah. All right, carrying on then.
Anyway, speaking of stupid gaming gear and stuff like that, guess who's making more gaming gear? Take a shot. You already know because you could see the thing, but just go ahead.
Well, I would have said, let's see, Walmart, but that already happened. And,
no. That already happened anyway. Yeah. No, it's IKEA. IKEA is going to be
any company
can
slap their name onto prefabbed
yes.
Blah.
But IKEA is bringing out their own line of gaming gear. That it's headphone holders and keyboards and desks and stands and chairs. And I would like to play a game. And if you can put those words that you see in the topics list up on the screen, I would very much appreciate it.
God damn it.
I would like to hear you. I would like to hear you try to pronounce some of these names.
Damn it. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm just gonna copy and paste the fucking thing. Yep.
And yes, it all does come in kit form. If you're curious in chat, you do have to build it yourself.
It kind of reminds me. God damn it! It kind of reminds me of those YouTube ads for kids construction sort of packages, if you will. Hey, kids can build their own thing and learn something. Blah blah blah.
Legos for adults, type of thing. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, that's PC building. There you go.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
All right, Chucks. Fuck it.
Yes, we're going to have gaming chairs from IKEA
Okay.
and desks
So
and YouTube.
those
Are you ready?
from give me a moment. Do we have? Yes, we
Okay.
have. Alrighty then. Uh, yoink, yoink. Okay, there we go. Okay, those be the names there. Right. So, well. Okay, fine. Let's try and pronounce the first one, right? So, Upspel. Let's see the next one. Hold on, let me just prepare mentally about that one.
Lana Spallare?
Spelari, yes, let's go with that. I'm not quite sure how that particular letter is pronounced, but let's assume that it's about the same. Next one is Matchspel, Gruppspel, Utspelar, on who would spelare? There we go. Hopefully, I fucked around with Swede nonsense. So there we go. Don't murder me, please.
I really genuinely wish I could pronounce any of these. Oopspel. I'm putting way too much of a sh on it, but Lanspalare.
This is what happens with American education system when they don't teach the kids other languages. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-ta. America.
I learned other languages.
Really? What do you remember of it then?
Chocolat we gaan bedimen along. It was give me lots of chocolate right now. I was a bit of a fat kid, so anyway.
Well, all right, that's actually a good thing to learn. I agree with that.
Utesplan, Utespar, Hovedspar.
Well, enjoy that then.
I did. If anybody could tell me if these like actually mean anything or if they're just general random IKEA
the last part of those names is gaming or game, so it's somewhat translated if I get it correctly. So yeah, it's basically a great game, fast game, super game, you know, or something like that. So yeah, there we go. Oh, player, you say? Okay, Spelare. All right, fair enough. Enough. Well, there you go.
Huh. Well, that was an interesting little distraction. I'm glad I got to hear Yemix try to do Swedish. I think that's the highlight of my day today.
No pizdziec, blядь.
Oh, yeah. You and your Latvian, whatever. Anyway, listen. Somebody in the chat mentioned it earlier that Deathloop's AI is kind of fucking borked. It's garbage. It's terrible. I actually haven't gotten to play it yet, but I have seen a couple reviews. Some people are like really into it and they love some of the mechanics and they love, you know, the way it's made. And other people are saying it's completely and utterly garbage. Like Stellaris. Did you play it? Do you know anything about it?
I haven't had the time to poke around with it. I saw when it came out the anti-cheat issues with, you know, micro stutters and so on and so forth. So I figured either I'm gonna wait, or if I really want to enjoy it like you'd expect it to be enjoyed in a best configuration, you'd had to have DRM less version, if you know what I mean. And so I figured, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna wait because I have other projects in the works and I don't have the time. However, I know one person that had the time and recently overtook me in subscribers, my fellow planet-side dead horse beating comrade, if you will. Charlotte and Wonder actually did take a look at what was it, Deathloop, there we go. And since he's big into, or at least he's been reporting on immersive sim style games for the last little while, yeah, his take seemed pretty positive about it, surprisingly, knowing him. But then again, yeah, it's a AAA, so well, it comes with that sort of moniker. But yeah, I mean, it's all right. It seems. I kind of expected a bit more out of it, but then again, hey, you know, it's interesting in the AAAs to see something a bit different than your usual Call of Duties, if you will. So something different is always nice.
I do All right, so what's the one with the time? Dishonored. Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to love Dishonored a lot more than I actually did. I didn't have the hand-eye coordination I get to, like,
You
do
don't
the
need it.
freaking speed runs.
That's
I
the
know you
thing.
don't. I
You
played
don't
the
need to,
game.
but
I
okay,
played
fair
it.
enough.
I played it. I beat it. It's fine. Whatever. But I don't have the hand-eye coordination to do the speed runs or do the
It's just
stringing
showing
together of
off.
all
It's
the.
just showing
Yeah.
off.
I kind of feel like you have to be able to do that though to like get like the full enjoyment out of those kind of games. So I want to love Dishonored more than I actually can because I don't have that kind of skill set. But Deathloop looked really interesting to me, and I know they had a lot of mechanics that were similar, and there's a dedicated kick button, which is always fun.
I
I was
approve of
looking
that
forward to it.
as a what is it, a Duke Nukem 3D fan. I always approve kicking ability as
Yeah.
a means to, melee weapon stuff, as well as postal too. So definitely approve of the kick.
So the thing is that I'm having trouble finding multiple opinions on the game, and this is why I asked you, is because the YouTube videos I do watch, I'm like, oh, okay, take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know if the rest of you out there realize this, but as someone who made YouTube videos in the gaming sphere, we also get hit up to review games for money, and
Paid review
people,
is not a review.
yeah,
Anyone who does quote
exactly.
unquote paid review or sponsored review is all I'm gonna say is
Well,
untrustworthy person, and you should
no,
question
no,
their
no, 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 no.
motives.
Hold on a minute. I'm not going to go that far. I mean,
I will.
it's motives, by the way. Not, motifs are different. Because no, hold on.
Okay,
We
fine.
both we both have actually gotten money to go look at a game, and we've both been honest and critical about it, and we've released our actual thoughts and opinions. Yes.
It's called a showcase for me
Yes.
at
Okay.
least.
Fine.
So
I what was that game we both did? Eve Echoes.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
okay.
one. Yeah.
We both looked at Eve Echoes. I got some amount of money for it. I don't remember which. It was years ago at this point. But yeah, I gave my honest opinion. I gave it to the guys who paid me. They said, oh well, you're a little harsh. Cut this part. This part. I said, fine, great, whatever. And there we go. And it was my honest opinion. I actually do really enjoy that kind of game. I like Eve, but it's hard for me to trust other YouTubers too, because I don't know if you got an extra $1,000 to say I highly recommend this game or be super positive. And I don't think there is any kind of like completely unbiased media outlet out there. I honestly trust your opinion. I ask your opinion because we're friends, but I don't. We just happen to be YouTube people. I don't know. I don't know where I would go for unbiased opinions, or even if my opinions would match up with the person I was asking who happened to be unbiased. It's just something I end up thinking about. I don't know.
For review style things, yeah. Well, you always got to be paranoid, and question the rather things that are being said essentially in any kind of a positive or negative way. The interesting thing is people very often skim through and ignore positive comments that I've noticed in reviews in basically anywhere, wherever you make basically a positive look for a thing, a subject. Yeah, you're often barely, if at all, challenged on your opinions. However, as soon as you go on the opposite, you're constantly being challenged on the statements you make, which is quite an interesting sort of position to be
that's
in.
an interesting dichotomy.
Yeah, it's certainly
Yeah.
an interesting place to be when especially you're being paid and whatnot else, or
That's
you know that the person is being paid rather. So
that even on top of that, let's say you're like I know you like me don't trust overwhelmingly positive people, because we're both cynical dicks. But
Quite,
you know,
yes.
it's an interesting it's an interesting concept of like if you have a person who's relentlessly positive and optimistic, and you know they review a game without disclosing whether they were paid or not, or even if they do disclose it, I have no idea if I can trust that opinion. That is, yeah. Stalker 2? What about Stalker 2?
A game.
Oh,
It's a
game you're looking
game
forward to?
I am looking forward to. There you go. Yeah, that yeah. Anyways, what we got?
Yeah, let's move
for other topics we got there. If we got
Oh, it's all me now. I get to pick
go
everything
for
else
it.
because
Go.
yeah. I know you're done with Ted Lasso. I know you didn't actually like it for some reason because you're a soulless zombie. But you know, it is a good show personally, and Roy Kent was one of my favorite characters.
It's okay
is
to
one of my favorite
watch,
characters.
and that's about it. Yeah.
Look, I understand that you are a heartless wraith that is fueled by spite and venom and piss and vinegar, but some things are worth enjoying.
I'll take that. Yes. Sure, why not? At least it's not some sort of demonic or vampiric Tommy Wiseau, so I'll take it.
Anyway, the one I'm getting to is the guy who plays Roy Kent, and I can't remember the actor's name at the moment. Turns out he was actually a writer for the show. I did not realize that guy was a writer. He was a writer, and as they were writing out the character, he kind of realized that he was Roy. So, but he was a little nervous about it. So he filmed himself doing a couple Roy scenes, and he sent it to the actual producers, Jason Sudeikis and all of them. And he put it in an email. He says, "Listen, if this is shit, don't talk to me about it. Pretend like this email never happened." And he basically auditioned for a character that he was writing. And a day or two goes by, and they write him back, and they says, "You know what? We're sick and tired of looking for people. That'll do. You're Roy." And that's how he got to be freaking Roy Kent, like the best character on that show. And like a freaking international sensation is because he just took a shot. I think that's freaking awesome. Yes?
I don't know.
All right, whatever. I know you don't give a shit.
No, it's just all right. Good on you. I'm not really that invested in it. So hey, you managed to portray a good character. Good on you. Really, it's not particularly outstanding, anyways. So
this is the point where you come in. This is the point where you might actually give a shit. There is a movement that says Roy Kent is CGI, as in the character is, computer generated. And it's funny because there are a couple of scenes in the show, and I don't know if you caught them because I know you did watch it too, at my request. There are a couple scenes where they show him on TV running around on the soccer pitch, and he really does look like a FIFA character, like the customize my character.
Oh, those
thing.
scenes were horrible. No,
okay. Hold on. So you know what I'm talking about, yes?
You do? It's well, I suspect it's a pretty bad attempt at a green screen masking or combination. I have a feeling that's what's happening more than anything. But okay. No.
Anyone else unfamiliar with the show is Ted Lasso?
Literally everyone.
Anyone else unfamiliar with the situation? Basically, one of the characters, looks like they're CG'd, and it looks like during those scenes where they're playing soccer, that they might be CG characters.
It's
ripped
called
from
football,
freaking
but
FIFA.
Okay.
Whatever, fine, football. They might be look like they're CG'd and they're taken from FIFA because they're actors. They probably don't know how to play football. It's reasonable. The show is not really centered around the game. It's fine. So that's what I thought too. There were a couple episodes I'm like, oh, wow, what terrible CG. And, God, I get it. We don't actually have to see the actors playing, but, you could have maybe upped it a little bit. Here's the kicker. It's not CG. That actually is him running around. there's something weird about how his skin and jersey are picked up by the camera.
It's
That's not
coloring, yeah.
CG.
It's coloring, and of course the camera and the fake, mind you. What they used for camera shake was a post process, which is just no. You can easily tell that it is. I at least have a feeling that it was, because it just feels unrealistic, sort of a camera shake. So
Okay.
that's my feeling at the very least, and that's
So
maybe that is
I
what
sent you a link.
made it.
I sent you a link. I
Yes.
just quickly Googled Roy Kent to CGI and pulled up the images section. If you would go and be so kind as to put that on the screen, I
Okay.
would very much like to know your and chat's opinion on what I'm looking at here, because he really does look like he's made out of CG.
Sure? Question mark?
Okay,
Which
do you see
particular
that
picture?
okay, how about the one in the second column, the one from the Guardian?
This one? No, Games Radar.
Oh wow,
No.
your results are way different than mine. Okay, so for you, it's the second column, first one. There it is. Yeah,
This
you were just
one?
hovering over it. No, first picture. First picture.
No.
First picture in the second column. This isn't hard. Yeah, that's not CGI.
No, it's not.
That's just him.
Yeah, and
But he looks like he's CGI.
it's well, what can I say really? It's very very clinical. Basically, the get up and everything that he's wearing, every character within every scene, what they are wearing is extremely clinical and clean, which is quite unlike everyone. We see in more typical TV shows, if you will. So I don't know. Maybe that was the thing. I know what you mean by the CGI thing, but no, that's just stupid.
No, I mean, I literally sent you the picture I'm referring to as the most obvious.
Oh, that's just okay.
Discord.
Yeah, hold on. Where was the fucking? There we go.
Yeah, you saw it. There.
Nope. Not. Damn it. Where was that stupid thing? Fucking this one, right? I mean, it's
No, it's not that one.
It's
It's fine.
Horrible. All right, there we go. This one. It's a crushed image. It's a crushed fucking image. Okay. Bottom line is, that's
the one.
JPEG
Yes, right
of a JPEG, basically. If you need a comparison, there, that's the artifacting of that. However,
no.
However,
that's actually a still from the show.
I know it's still a crushed image. I don't know. Maybe they just simply had a bad B-reel or whatnot else. Or it clearly is zoomed in too much, and essentially because it's zoomed in, there aren't enough pixels to cover everything. Blah blah blah. Or maybe they just shot on a 720 camera or something. I don't fucking care. The bottom line is, yes, it does look like FIFA 2021, and I mean it doesn't look good. It looks like shit, even though the year we are in currently, it should be better. If you need more information as to what the fuck is going on with FIFA and every other sports video game franchise from EA and blah, 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 they're basically just recycling and copy-pasting garbage year on and year out without, if at all, any improvements. That's the sports game industry right now. Fuck every single one of them.
That's not really what we're talking about, but sure, whatever. Anyway, I'm very happy that this caught on, and I'm very happy that I like him as an actor and a writer, and I do like the fact that he's taking to all of his social media and saying that, I never thought that when I was brought online that people would think I was a CG character, but I compute knowledge just like anybody else. And he's rolling with it. I think it's funny, and I think the guy is good and decent. It's cool. It's fun. I enjoy it. I thought you would too. That someone is legitimately being confused with a computer-generated character. I thought you would get a kick out of it.
Meh.
Why do I try? Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
You're a troll. You're a gremlin. Living under a bridge,
What?
Subsisting on misery.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. All right,
Okay.
then. Well, we got any other topics left for this week?
Yes, we got plenty, and
Oh,
I'm
geez.
sending you yet another
Oh,
freaking
fuck.
link
Crying
because
out loud.
you know what? You're gonna fucking suffer because this is my day now, because you couldn't be bothered to come up with any topics, and so now
There
it's
was
all on me.
nothing. Oh no! Oh no! We're at this again.
Yes.
Oh God!
Yes,
Okay,
we're at
there's a
this
story
again.
behind this one. Right, ladies and
Put it up on the
gentlemen,
screen.
reintroducing Razer's yet another stupid product that they announced back in the day during one of the April Fools, and now it's a fucking thing, it seems. Or rather, they've moved onwards with going through with it. The fucking Razer mask. Back in the day, it was a goddamn Razer toaster, and I shit you not, it was also a thing. Razer, what the fuck? I know it generates clicks and views, but stop, please.
Okay, hold on a minute. The mask features. First of all, it's a full-on N95 rated mask. Okay, that's a full thing. It will keep you healthy and safe, and won't let through the particulate matter.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of cleanable, so you can reuse the air vents. And yes, those are speakers on the side.
Oh my!
There's a little tiny microphone on the inside, so that when you speak, your voice doesn't have to come out of a muffled mask. It will actually come out of those speakers. And there's a mic on the outside, so that to connect to the earphones, so you can hear people better too.
Yeah, okay. No, this is an old thing, so nothing has moved forward. I remember this being announced on, I think, last April, or last year's April, I think, rather than this year's.
Yeah.
So,
here's the thing.
Anything new?
I want one. I really do. I know it's stupid. I know it's retarded and dumb and complete waste, and
This
really
picture
shouldn't
reminds
even
me
exist.
of a shittier version of balaclava, honestly.
It is kind of like a balaclava.
Exactly.
Yeah. But listen. I want it, and I don't care what anyone thinks. I do want this thing. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's one of the stupid features that really sells me on it. Is the microphone and the speaker combo. Because I will talk to people with my mask on, and they'll go, "I'm sorry, what?" And I'll have trouble hearing other people if they're talking with a mask on. I actually do
what
think
I
that would be
recommend is going on Etsy, right? This wonderful site called Etsy, finding the most cyberpunk type mask, going on Home Depot or something, buying the cheapest LED strip you possibly can, and carrying a fucking battery in your pocket alongside of a Bluetooth speaker. That thing. There you go. The same fucking effect for far less cheaper potentially. Since they haven't announced anything new, but this, I still remember when Razer came up with this, and it was just, yep, somebody's generating clicks again. Damn it, Razer. Last time it was a toaster. This time it's a fucking mask. What's next?
At the end of the day, you're going to have to come home, charge your phone, your mask, your e-cigarette, your whatever, and your book, and your.
I shit you not. There you go. That was a promise on April 1st. They eventually made it real too.
By the way, no
Bread
joke.
to win. Oh my God, Razer.
Yes.
Ah!
Bread to win. Yes. Say what you will. Razer knows their shit, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
No shit, by the way. Legitimately, I was on because you were saying go on Etsy and find someone else's work and blah, blah, blah. I actually did that. And I was about 10 seconds away from buying someone's replica Bane mask from the Batman movie. And because they actually modified it with the N95 filters. I almost did it. And if it came with a voice changer, I would have done it.
Well, hey.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Well, you can always train your voice, you know. Get
Yeah.
good.
All right, you do. I want to hear your Bane.
Oh,
Give me your
fuck
Bane.
no, I'm
Give me your Bane
horrible
voice.
at any voice. No. Literally, the only
Hold
voice
on,
I
hold
can
on.
do is mine,
You,
and it's horrible.
I think you mean your voice is horrible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there a surprise about that?
You're punk ass. God damn.
Well,
Anyway,
there you go.
last thing
Ha!
before I call it quits and leave you to your misery. I am really looking forward to Dune, and I'm insanely jealous that for some reason other people will get to see it this month, but I have to wait till October. But they're all saying it's fucking excellent and wonderful, and I really want to see it. And come on, dude, it's freaking modern remake of Dune. Please tell me you have even a little bit of interest in that. As a sci-fi nerd guy, you have to.
I mean, this year we have Dune and we have Matrix 4, so both potentially interesting things, and considering that they are coming from already established IPs, I'm gonna see them and think afterwards. As yeah, fuck the hype. We'll see what's what. Though I've seen some screenshots here and there. Yeah, looks at least in the visual. Sure, it looks nice.
It's a modern Dune where we actually have proper CG and we can actually make this thing look amazing. How could you not be a little bit excited?
Never seen Dune.
Seriously. Oh,
there's that.
okay. Okay. Well, what about Foundation? Are you looking forward toward Foundation? It's kind of the same-ish, and there's a whole bunch of cross-contamination depending on how you read it. But Foundation, it looks amazing.
I have no idea
Yes?
what that is.
I can't. I fucking can't with you.
I am culturally inept. What do you expect me to be? So,
Fine. How about this? How about I still can't bring myself to go to a theater full of people because I live in a major metropolitan area.
Wasn't it going to
To
be streamed though?
What?
Dune.
Oh, Foundation is going to be a stream, but that's not what I'm talking about. And I'm actually very much looking forward to that. But no, I'm going to talk about something so international and mainstream that you have to know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, I'll try.
I can't.
No problem.
I can't bring myself. I can't bring myself to go to a theater to go watch Shang-Chi, but I hear it's very good.
I've heard
Did you see
positive outlook on it. However, that's as far as I'm gonna go with any fucking Marvel stuff. So yeah, it's shakingly but upwards looking thumb. Sort of maybe, but again, we'll see when it comes out and what it is, right?
It did come out.
Right. I think I saw it. Fuck me. I was waiting for it to come out and then just kind of forgot about it for a couple of days, and it's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna watch it when it comes out. And well, I guess I missed the initial way, but fuck it, I'm not a movie reviewer anyway, so fuck it.
Jesus.
No, well,
okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you've raised my hopes and dashed them expertly, sir.
Hey, but
that's another week in the
it's
can.
something interesting to at least look at, kind of. I'm honestly now the most interesting IP that potentially might come out of Marvel is Doctor Strange, and that's the only thing that I'm kind of interested about, because every literal single thing out of Marvel's repertoire is boring.
Multiverse of Madness. You're looking forward to
boring.
Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, right, the Spider-Man thing.
No, stop. Hold on. The next Doctor Strange is going to be called Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Okay, yeah, right. It was with Spider-Man, right?
No, it's God damn it.
What are they doing? What are they doing with those 3 Spider-Man?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I just don't care about Marvel nor any other fucking company out there. It's like, okay, I have some decent
This is
feelings.
a news show. You're supposed to be enlightened on these topics.
Not necessarily on every single fanboy thing out there, just quite literally.
Fine. The next
Meh.
Spider-Man is going to be called No Way Home. He goes to Doctor Strange to go and change the world so that everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because he got outed at the end of the last one. He fucks up the spell, and it creates a bunch of rifts, and a whole bunch of other Spider-Man villains from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man come into this world, and presumably and obviously both Andrew Garfield and Tobey will be reprising their roles as other Spider-Men. And yes, it does involve Doctor Strange.
That
Yes,
amazingly good character that was Electro. Oh boy.
Most people are looking forward to Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Doc Ock again.
Doc Ock was really nice. I still remember Toby's the Doc Ock. Definitely, it was just.
I loathe Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Really, I love him the most.
I do.
I really do.
He's the worst one for me. I know everyone's like, oh, it's the birth is superhero movies. I'm like, fuck you.
No, that was X-Men. That was the first X-Men, man.
I don't like.
Although
Tobey's
no, actually
Spider-Man.
before that, Blade. Yeah, Blade was there.
I remember Blade.
Wesley Snipes was
they're
perfect.
remaking. They're coming out with a new Blade. It's Mahershala Ali now.
Well, we'll see. The one thing I remember about Blade was basically, hey, it's a bygone Matrix era. Well, we still can pump out something that looks like Matrix. Let's go, Blade. and surprisingly, they succeeded.
What was the name of that song they played? Bloodbath. The actual techno song that they played, I think, in the opening of Blade, with the sprinklers and the blood and everything.
Yeah, that was
I think
great.
it actually is called Bloodbath. That was great. It was a great shot. I imagine it's not aged well, but I love it too.
As anything from early 2000s, nothing really works.
You know what? I'm gonna take that fucking win that we both enjoy a scene from a movie from fucking 20 years ago. On that bombshell, we're gonna end.
With pilot copy.
I need a final victory.
All right, fair enough. Well, you guys take care for the evening, and we'll see you next week. As always, thanks for watching, and
give us money. We're pretty.
There's a Patreon link down below. Yes, really appreciate the support and all that wonderful stuff. We'll see you next week. Take care.